Let's look at us, human beings living our lives in a repetitious cycle of school, work, and relationships, building careers and social status with aspirations of living happily ever after. But what would you say if I suggested that your entire life is scripted by a greater conscience and a higher self? Welcome to reality. What if the higher power that passively assists us in this physical universe is not what we think? That shields us from an unorthodox pattern of living. A greater conscience that encourages us to follow our hearts while it fights our battles for us. As we're reminded by that inner aura that teaches us to speak love, which amplifies our inner voice. One who strategically guides our footsteps and leads us down the path and wishes safest for us to travel. But the moment disaster strikes, we implode and desperately reach outwards for unknown external support. When in fact, we should search our own hearts and find our answers from within. But it is the tendency of man to always fear the unknown. Thus, we allow ourselves to be herded like sheep. So we allow our emotions to succumb to this physical reality, only solidifying the fact that we condemn ourselves with a pattern of unhealthy habits. So we began to fabricate these superficial egos that eventually consumes our hearts, rendering us to be both selfish and incompassionate to others. We set aside our morals and sell our soul for the fame, while concealing the true nature of our identity inside. Letting material possessions define the status of who you are. Claiming to be God's gift to the opposite sex, boosting our egos, demanding to be pleased at the expense of others, turning urban communities into battlefields. But once you open your eyes and began to change your direction, you release the grip placed upon your mind that always held you back. It's then, and only then, do we begin to recreate ourselves, and we begin to master our knowledge from within. This is when we start to declare master of our domain, dominion over our thoughts, rulers of our own hearts. And as time continuously progresses, we gain tactical advantage that always keeps us 2 steps ahead of our own emotions. By abolishing our traditional way of thinking, we collapse our own reality, we reinvent ourselves, thus propelling us into the created state of our own manifested reality. You have more power than you know. Use it